Good morning, everyone. We continue here in KITZUR HILCHOS SHABBOS. We just began the laws of Kaisha Umatir, tying and untying. And today, Eza Kesher Usr, what kind of a knot is going to be Usr, or what kind of a tying is going to be Usr on Shabbos. Yesh machlekes bein harishonim. There's an argument amongst the Rishonim. Be'ezeh kesher is chayavim b'Shabbos al siyasa. What kind of a kesher, what kind of a knot, what kind of a tying is going to be prohibited to make on Shabbos? And so too when it comes to the rabbinical prohibitions, there's also machlekes. V'hainu, that is, kevin sheyesh chiluk b'shitasam b'nagei l'din Torah, since that there's a machlekes how to understand the knot or the tying that is usher according to the Torah. So to the Chachamim, based on their machlekes, their argument on what the Torah says is usher, they have a machlekes as well as what they say is usher. And that which is completely permitted according to the Rabbanan is also dependent upon this machlekes. And therefore we go lechumra, we are stringent. That which it is also according to the Torah will be stringent for all the opinions probably. And that which the Chachamim say is going to be also, we're going to be stringent there as well. Nimsa, we find, shum kesher mudak. You're not allowed to make any tight knot. Even if the way of such a knot or such a tying is that you release it and you open it up on that day, nevertheless, if it's tight right now when you're making it, you cannot make it on Shabbos. Even if it wasn't so tight, but it's the kind of a knot or the tying that a person does that they do not usually undo it in the same day. So you make it on Shabbos and your intention is it should last the entire day. You're not allowed to make it. Therefore, you cannot make one knot on top of another knot, a double knot. Even if most people do untie such a knot on the same day, even if his intention was to do such a thing, nevertheless, you're not allowed to do it. Not only one knot on top of another, a double knot. If you make a knot that's so tight that it will not untie by itself, once again, you cannot do it. Therefore, even one knot, it's strong and tight. That also you cannot do. For example, you take the two ends of something, and you tie them together in a way that the one knot will keep it. So you have like a slip knot, I think is what you would call it in English. You take the two ends of the thing and you tie it around in such a way that there's now a knot. For example, when you have your garbage bag that's filled with trash, or the diaper bag that you use a regular bag from the grocery store. So you want to tie it up, so you can only do a one tie. But if you take the two ends and you do a slip knot over there, and now you put it in a way that it's like more of a permanent knot, you cannot do such a thing. Many people don't know this, but you cannot do that, and you couldn't release the knot either. Even with one string, you could do such a thing. When you tie one end, that's going to be in such a way that it will last. If it's tight, you cannot do it. However, he gives one leniency over here. Shederech hanoshim lachgar al meilos shelahen. Women have thicker, like materially types of belts that they use to tie around their tops, like their blouses and the like. Common fashion, or around the dresses these days. Kesher al gabi kesher, even they tie a knot on top of a knot. She'elu ein derech lahatkan, because they don't tie it tight, they tie it very loose. So therefore, that's not the kind of a tying that we're talking about. So a woman who has like her sash or her belt that she uses to tie around her dress, her blouse, whatever it might be, and she's doing a loose tying because that's the style, that's the way, she doesn't want it to be tight, even a kesher agabi kesher, one knot on top of the other, or one tying on top of the tying, you'd be able to do such a thing. Okay, so, but the Maisa, at the end of the day, we're saying over here, any knot that's going to be tight, any knot that's going to be strong, any knot that's made to last is going to be an issue and an isser on Shabbos. All the best.